The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
How do you refine what information you see in workbooks? How do you get to the information that's important to you? Hello, my name is Tim Wilmot. I'm joined by my colleague Peter Johnson this morning. We are Wizard Systems, leading independent CRM solutions provider of systems like workbooks. And we love to help organizations use simple solutions like workbooks to improve their sales, marketing, and customer service productivity. So thanks for joining me or joining us this morning for our Workbooks Hangout session. Actually, the first of two today. We are introducing a more technical little mini training session this afternoon. So this morning, we're going to regularly do this during this lockdown period, during this COVID-19 situation. For the foreseeable future. So free training for our workbooks clients. And generally on the Thursday morning, this is going to be a basic topic. So something of general appeal, something that is of interest and relevance to any workbooks user. And then in the afternoon, a more techie, we call it Tech Express. So a more niche topic for more advanced people. That may not be relevant to all of you, but just stay tuned on our mailing list or watch our website or blog or Twitter for information on the up and coming topics. So this morning, we're going to cover filters and landing pages. Now, this presentation will be about 10 minutes or so, quite short in duration. Just really an overview of filtering, not meant to be in-depth training. We can offer many extensive training options for you. Obviously, it's all online right now during this period, but love to talk to you if you've got any training requirements, want to dive deeper into this topic a little bit more. The audio part of this presentation is one way only. As you join the meeting, you just heard a little message from our system to say that. If you've got any questions, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel. And Peter and I will do our best to answer those towards the end. Probably best to type them in as you think of them rather than waiting until the very last moment. So any question around this topic of this session, or workbooks generally, you just ask your question, no problem. We'll do our best to answer those. And the call's being recorded as well. After the presentation, you will receive an email with a link to the recording, which you can share with your colleagues, and we'll put it on our YouTube channel as well. If you go up to YouTube, do a search for Wizard Systems, you'll find our channel and a workbooks playlist. Okay, so let's get started. Just a very quick mention about Wizard Systems. Long-time supplier of CRM solutions like workbooks. We provide any kind of service around workbooks, training, support, and so on. Okay, well, let me just hand over now to my colleague, Peter, and he will take you through filtering and landing pages.
Hi, good morning, Tim. Good morning to everybody. Let me just show my screen. There we go. So you able to see me, Tim?
Yep.
Good. Okay, so yes, as Tim mentioned, this is really showing you around landing pages and filtering those landing pages and maybe creating some saved content in terms of those filters, really adding to the out-of-the-box offerings that you get when you start up workbooks and you've had your delivery of the product. So I think for the example here, obviously we can go to many landing pages. Those that are new to workbooks recognize these areas, and each time you open one of these, you open a landing page, which is essentially a list view of the type of record that you're looking at. So for this morning's session, I'm going to use sales leads. So the sales leads landing page in this demonstration account here shows a typical landing page. Throughout the system, you can see a landing page based on the records that you're looking at. And when you look here, you have some views over on the left. All of these have a similar look and feel. They often start, unless you've changed it, with an option called My Leads. Now, the last couple of these mini sessions that we've done have talked about allocating records or assigning records to users or groups. So if I open one of these, you can see instantly this particular lead here is assigned to me. So that's why it shows in my leads. What you can also do, if there are records where you do not have it assigned to you, you can choose this little watch button. And this watch button will allow that record to also show in this example, my leads. So in the my area of a landing page are all the ones that are assigned to you or you are watching. For this example though, I'm going to choose the all leads landing page here. So this all leads view on the landing page. Now this is a good place to start because often this is the one that you want to filter down and find records of a particular type, and then maybe save them so that you can go back to them really quickly and easily. So for this example, I'm going to follow on from one of the other sessions that we did. I'm going to have a look at a particular user queue here, telemarketing, and it would be nice to have a landing page to show all of my leads that are assigned to the telemarketing queue. So to do that, I'm going to start off at all leads, so it shows every lead in the system. Here I have 287, and I'm going to filter based on this assigned to field. There's two ways to get to the filter option, and I can choose this filter button, which then allows me to go and select the field that I want to filter on. The other option, and I find this really quick and easy, is to, if you have the field appear on the landing page that you want to see, if that field appears, such as assigned to, I can flick into the little menu here and choose add filter, and it assumes that I want to filter on that particular field. You can see here it says assigned to. So I'm going to assign, so filter on my assigned to telesales, and I'm going to apply that filter, and you can see, oh, what have I done? Telemarketing, not telesales. There we go. So, so we can see here tele. I've started with that text, and then applied the filter over on the right, and we get a list of 175 of those records. I might actually want to filter this further and also see different information. So I could really do with the email address on this list. So what I'm going to do is add a column. And you can add any column that's on the record itself by hovering over one of the columns. It doesn't matter which one you do. If I hover over this one and go down to this columns area, I can go and add any of the fields. And in this example, I'm going to add the email address. And you can see it's added that column into here. You can move these columns around as well. So maybe if I push the assign to the end, because I don't really need to see it, or of course I could switch it off. You can see that you can customize these screens according to the information that you want to see. So this is showing all telemarketing ones currently, and their email address and in the order that I'd like. But I don't want all of the telemarketing leads. What I'd like to see is just those that are currently open. You can see I've got some that have a status of qualifying, open, closed. There is a useful field actually in the system that defines this a little bit simpler, because qualifying and does not answer is currently open, it's just not closed down yet. So there is a field, and this is available on every field, or every record I should say, in the system. There is a field generally hidden called state, and every record has a particular state which is open or closed. So there's only two to choose from. So I'm going to add that column just to show you. And you can see here every lead has a state of open or closed. So I only want to see the open ones. I actually only want to see the hot open ones. So let's have a look at adding a couple of extra filters. I'm going to choose this little plus symbol on the left-hand side here. So I'm actually going to choose state. Let's go into here. State is open. And you can choose different criteria here. You could do contains, does not equal to, is blank. So quite a useful way of filtering those out in different ways. And I'm also going to use the rating field of hot. If I apply that filter, you can see this list has somewhat shrunk. We're now down to 24 records, and we here see the information that I need. I actually don't need this assigned to column because I know they're all telemarketing. So I'm going to actually remove the assigned to column because I don't want to see it. Now, we've spent a little bit of time here adjusting the screen on all leads, but I might want to get to this list on a regular basis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this all leads view that I've adjusted to a different name in that views area. And the way that I do that is choose view from the menu over on the right here and choose save as. I'm going to give this a descriptive name and choose OK. And you'll see what's going to happen over on the left hand side in this views area. I've now got my new view. If I go back to all leads, you'll see it hasn't changed because I chose the save as option. But I do have this telemarketing hot leads view, which I can go to at any point in time really quickly and easily. And you can also change it and update it to a slightly different view if you want to after the case. So I don't need this ratings column because I actually know that I've got these listed anyway. So I'm going to get rid of that particular column by, let's go down to rating. I'm going to uncheck that box. I might want to move these around a little bit in terms of columns. So if I want to now make sure that that's what this telemarketing hot leads view looks like, I'm going to choose view and save. So it just updates that view. And this is a dynamic list. So if somebody adds a new lead or one goes out of the list, so you can see if I go to Daisy Roberts here and change some of the criteria on this record, you can see, let's allocate this one to a different queue. I go to save and close. You'll see our 24 records. If I choose a refresh, will now go down to 23. You can see here it's a dynamic list made by adding those over here in your views area. Now, it is, of course, a couple of steps to get to that whenever you want to see it. So to get to that view again, I would go to Start, Sales Leads, and then I would select my view called Telemarketing Hot Leads. And it would go straight to that view. But it might be that you want to use this view on a very regular basis. So just like everywhere else in workbooks, you can shortcut this particular view to the desktop. And I'm going to do that by selecting the top left corner icon. If I click on here, you can see, excuse me, add to favorite desktop. And if I choose that, give it a descriptive name. You can have a different name if you wanted to. Choose OK. You can see it now appears as an icon, a shortcut on my desktop. So whenever I want to see that particular list, I can just click on the shortcut. It'll open that landing page and go straight to that view. So you can see here a very useful way of creating, amending these lists, landing pages, and creating these views to those lists that you need to see. It's ideal, I guess, if you're working in teams. You could do assign to, contains particular usernames and so on, and have those lists available. Okay, so there we have a quick way of looking at data, describing the data that you want to see, and saving that on the screen so it's easy accessible for whenever you need it. Okay, so Tim, we got any questions through?
Yes, so if you're familiar with our format of these sessions, we now open it out to any questions you've got. So please type those into the question box of your meeting control panel. And Pete and I will do our best to answer those. So question from Molly, what happens if you accidentally add and share a filter on my leads section?
Oh, okay. Tim, are you able to pass the screen back to me for a moment?
Yeah, it's just hang on a second.
Problem? Okay, so I think what did you say, Molly? I think what Molly's asking is that if you've where I started on all leads, if you've accidentally started on my leads and chosen the save option, so if you've filtered this in some way, so let's go add filter, doesn't matter what I put in here, and choose my leads has just changed, and if you view saved it, oops, that's what it always looks like. So all you need to do is go back to that area, remove the filtering that you've accidentally put on there, and then choose view save again. Yeah, so it goes back to its normal look and feel. Hopefully that answers your question, Molly.
Okay, next question from Mehmet. When you have created a view, can other users see it?
Ah, yes. So in our example here, I created this telemarketing hot leads. If you have the particular capabilities within Workbooks, you can share this really easily. In your views area over on the left here, you have this little cog, which is the settings for those views. And if I go in here and find my telemarketing hot leads view, if I click on it, this is the information about that particular view, and we have the normal workbook sharing button up in the top right, and I could share this with, let's put everyone in here. So everybody that's on the system will now get that particular view available in their views area. Yeah, good question.
Okay, Peter. Peter is just saying it's his first session. I hope we're going to be running more. Yes, we run, Peter, we run these on a weekly basis. The archives are up on our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and do a search for Wizard Systems as a channel name. You'll see our workbooks playlist up then, whole series of them, loads of them up there on different topics around workbooks. We're running also our advanced session this afternoon at 3 p.m. Peter, let us know if you've got the details for that. We try and make sure we mail everyone that's sort of subscribed to our list, all our Workbooks clients, to keep you in the loop. So we do hope to be running these on a regular basis to help the Workbooks community, and particularly those of us that may be working at home, keep our knowledge level up and keep our productivity up, ready through to the return to some form of business normality. So I don't think there's any more questions coming through. So thanks very much for your time, everyone that's listening live, and those questions as well. We'll catch up with a few of you on this afternoon advanced session. Those of you, the rest of you, we'll catch up with you next week. Not sure what the top is going to be right now, but as I say, our basic morning session will be something of general appeal for our 101 session there in the morning. So thanks very much. Have a nice day.
Thanks, everybody.
Stay safe. Yep, thanks very much. And watch out for the recording. It may take a day or two to filter through to you, but we'll pop it up on our YouTube channel right away. And we'll speak to you soon. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.